Thank you for joining us again and welcome back to our channel. I have an extensive video coming up based on my own perspective on how the meeting at the United States of America's White House between the South African government and the United States of America. I will play that video later today to talk about my own perspective on how I saw that meeting and how it ended, because I have something to say with regards to that particular video. But again, make no mistake, it is important to know that South Africa went to the United States of America with an A plan. Very formidable strategy. They delivered like never before seen. They went behind the enemy lines from a strategic point of view, not enemy as in the way you think, but from the strategic point of view based on things that have been happening. The South African administration, the delegation, the committee, the people that formed that particular group, white, black, and others that don't agree, politically came together and lectured the United States of America openly and let them know that the hearsay, he told me that what we have been told does not have any grounds. That particular meeting in the White House will go down in history as the moment that South Africa lectured, informed, educated, and also let the United States of America give them some proper geopolitical training in their own residence to let them know that the country of South Africa has emerged, is asking questions, it has problems that need to be solved. Make no mistake, South Africa has its own internal problems that it needs to solve. It's looking for geopolitical partners like the United States of America using technology to solve that problem. One important message that came out clear in the United States of America's White House from South African delegation was that the problem is across the board. It is across the board. It's not a single population or ethnic group or a particular group of people being targeted. It is a crime issue across the board. So South Africa has issues in its hands it needs to resolve. That's the reason why global media is coming out at the moment and paying attention on this issue, and they are covering it like never before seen. At the moment, we've seen expert information and international journalists and news stations are coming out for the first time and more importantly diving into this particular issue to talk about it, because South Africa's name and more importantly some particular partners would have been dragged into the mud if this issue was not addressed in the White House. Let's play this clip from the veteran journalist Christian Mankpo, who is hosting Mr. Lamola to talk more on this issue. Let's roll the clip.
We turn next to the fallout from President Trump's carefully staged Oval Office ambush of yet another visiting head of state. This time, South African President Cyril Ramaphosa. Cameras rolling, Trump confronted him with baseless claims of a genocide against white farmers in his home country.
But you do allow them to take land.
No.
You do allow them to take land.
Nobody can take land.
And then when they take the land, they kill the white farmer. And when they kill the white farmer, nothing happens to them.
No, there is
nothing happens to them.
There is criminality in our country. People who do get killed, unfortunately through criminal activity, are not only white people. Majority of them are black people. And we have now
the farmers are black. The farmers are not black. I don't say that's good or bad, but the farmers are not black.
There is no such white genocide, and crime against white farmers represents a tiny fraction of the country's overall crime. The scene was reminiscent of Trump's spat with the Ukrainian president, Volodymyr Zelensky, back in February. So for other world leaders watching from afar, is a diplomatic visit to America, however needed, becoming more of a risk than a boon? Ronald Lamola, South Africa's foreign minister, was in the room, and he joins me now in an exclusive interview from Washington, D.C. Foreign Minister, welcome to the program. This can't be easy for you to have witnessed, to have endured, or even to talk about publicly, for all the sensitivities. But what were you thinking when it all sort of started to go south, so to speak?
Yeah, thank you very much to the viewers. Firstly, let me convey on behalf of the South African government our condolences to the government of Israel for the two young diplomats that were gunned down in Washington. We continue to call for peace in Gaza and the West Bank.
South Africa had an A plan. The game was clear. We are coming to the United States of America to make our case to reset the relationship between South Africa and the country of the United States of America. We want to grow our partnership. We want to engage. We want to look at other aspects. The continent of Africa was watching this meeting. Russians were watching. European Union were watching. And more importantly, the Chinese partners were watching. It is important to know that South Africa delivered an outstanding professional engagement, and from a geostrategic point of view, that can only be replicated. Let's play this clip.
Indeed, it was not an easy outing. We had expected that it will be robust, it will be engaging, and it will involve facts. So what went through our mind was that we should be able to achieve the end goal. And the end goal was that there must be a reset of engagements between Washington and the government of South Africa. And we believe we achieved that because there was engagement after the Oval Office interaction with the media and the public. There was a deep engagement during lunch to reset the bilateral relations, to engage on issues related to the G20, but also on the issues that impact trade between the two countries, particularly because the tariffs have technically nullified the program called AGOA. So that was our main goal, to take forward that reset of the bilateral relations. And we had, as you will have heard, our president saying that behind the scene, this matter must be engaged and facts will be put on the table and stats will be provided. As we have already said, in South Africa, it is a tiny, friny and unfortunate number in terms of the deaths in relation to farm attacks. About, in the last 4 years, 225 farm attacks, 101 farm dwellers who are majority black, 55 farm owners who are majority white. So that is a period of 4 years, and that does not represent a genocide. But it is still unfortunate. It should not happen because any crime, it is a crime. And that's why the president then stated that we are dealing with a crime situation that we need to respond to, which affects all the population irrespective of race. And blacks are the most affected by this crime. So this also became a discussion during lunch.
I want to thank you for watching. Let me know in the comment section if you think Mr. Ramaphosa and his team of experts, economic analysts, businessmen, golfers, foreign policy expert, and more importantly, the defense professional and security expert that went to the United States of America were outstanding, if they delivered an incredible job in the United States of America. And now, the world has come to the understanding, the world has been informed properly from the international scene that there is no genocide in the country of South Africa, that those bogus claims at the moment will be laid to rest, and this relationship could be resetted again, and African countries will continue looking for geostrategic partners that can help them to continue to solve their problem. South Africa came out strong and to an extent has pulled its name. South Africa has wrestled back its name and more importantly, saved its image. Have a good day. Bye-bye.